2012 Zatopek 10 for women, 25 laps at Lakeside Stadium. So this is it, 25 laps off the track at Lakeside Stadium for the women. The favourites, Lara Tamsett, a champion back here in 2008, second in 2010. She was third to Eloise Wellings and Lisa Waitman in 2009. Jess Trengove, well, she's been very consistent at this race. A London Olympian in the marathon, an impressive 2:31 on debut earlier this year in Nagoya over the distance. She's come back to the track looking for some speed. She's been third here back in 2010, was fourth, but the third Australian in 2011. And she'll settle into third place. At the front of the field, Sarah McSweeney and Zoe Buckman will set the pace. The standard we're looking for, it's 32.05 is the B standard, 31.45 is the World Championship A standard. What they'll need is 76-second laps to set them up. And it's nearly Spence that's well positioned early, Tim. McSweeney and Buckman will set the pace, but the American, the challenger, will lead the rest of the bunch through with 24 laps remaining.
Nearly Spence, been right there with the leaders from the start. Tamsett a few metres back, followed by Garvican, Driver and Trengove just off a little as they go through 1600.
So we're just starting to see the first questions asked of some of our contenders. Trengove, Diver, just dropping slightly off the back, that leading group of four. Buckman, well, so much class and polish in this pacemaker, 1500 metres semi-finalist at the London Games. But the focus is, of course, on the women that will go the full journey over the 10,000 metres. And Nearly Spence, 32.51 on the road. She's run 15.27 on the track this year, her personal best, which starts to move her into this territory of that 32-minute time over 10,000 metres. Comes to Melbourne with very good form, ran a very strong leg over at the Chiba Ekiden relays and helped anchor that United States team, including the silver medalist over 10,000 metres from the Olympic Games in Galen Rupp to a bronze medal at the Chiba Ekiden. So Spence in the box seat. We see Spencer and Tamsett just a couple of strides off. Spence, Diver, well, she's got the staying capabilities, and that's been proven with her victories at the Half Marathon Championship of Australia. Just off the back, this is her debut on the track. A remarkable story, Tim. 2 years ago, wasn't even running, took up the sport post-pregnancy, and look where she's come in that short amount of time. A national championship on the road, a silver medalist in cross-country, and at this stage in the top 6 at the Zatopeks. But it's Buckman, Spence in the box seat, Tamsett the champion from 2008, looking to add to her trophy cabinet. And the Western Australian in Lisa Spencer locked right in behind her in 4th place. Diver now with Trengove, and they're your top 6. The women's Zatopek inside, 20 laps remaining. And Spence will be looking to wrestle that and take it all the way back across the Pacific to the United States of America. And at this stage, she's stretching her advantage in front of Tamsett and Spencer. Back to Trengove and Diver. We're inside 18 laps to go, Tim, in the Zatopek for 2012.
Yes, Spence, well placed here. Buckman keeping the pace on, and Tamsett and Garvican just succumbing a little. Not right out the back door yet, but really needing to fight to hold on as they come down to complete 3K, and they go through in around about 9 minutes 40, so it's another 3 minute 13 kilometre, and Buckman doing the job pretty well as the pacemaker here. And Nearly Spence, the only one who has been able to go with the pace setter. Tamsett, a full set of medals in this event in 08, 9 and 10. She won it in 08, third in 09, second 2 years ago. Buckman and Spence, Tamsett and Garvican, Trengove and Diver. 3 pairs
So we've just seen the pacemaker Zoe Buckman step off the track. Her job is done for the evening. And it's nearly Spence that she's launched into the remaining 17 laps of the 2012 Zatopek 10. The schedule, it's still on track, 32.10 pace. And it's Spence well clear at this stage. Lara Tamsett, the City to Surf champion in 2010 and 2012. He's got the work ahead of her. Of course, Spence, a startling collegiate career over in the United States. Running for the Shippensburg University of Pennsylvania. She's a 5-time All-American, 4-time national champion. Injury cut short her London 2012 dreams and has moved forward to the next Olympiad and has set the Zatopek 10 as the cornerstone of her 2012-2013 season. And you just start to see her make her way past the back markers in the field. At 16 laps remaining, 11:36. And she maintains that pace. Tamsett and Spencer still holding that tight battle for second and third, but the national title is all important for both of them. We see Jess Trengove, 4th place on the track, our 3rd placed Australian, and Diver is just a couple of strides off the back of Trengove. 10,000 metres can be a lonely distance when you're going it alone, and that's what Neely Spence will have to do, but looking very composed at the front of the field, Tim. The American has got this race in her hands at this stage. Started him on that journey, so Spence, 8 laps remaining, and she'll come through to take that marker. Very consistent, steely resolve on her face, as we see Lara Tamsett might just have started to break the resolve of Linda Spencer, the West Australian. Spencer once on the shoulder of Tamsett. It's now Tamsett that's stretched 20 metres at 8 laps remaining. She'll look to move past Fife. Victorian. She'll start to work her way through some of the back markers, but the best part of 100 metres between Tamsett and Spence. 22-year-old Neely Spence, fresh out of the collegiate ranks, and indeed some of her early racing as a professional, but so impressive at this stage. 7 laps remaining, and we see Sinead Diver move through to collect her 8 laps remaining, 5th place on the track. In front of her, Jess Trengove, Spencer of the Western Australian variety, Tamsett. And then indeed our race leader, Neely Spence, who's moving up the home stretch. The end is in sight. 3,200 metres remain now between Spence and the finish line in her track debut here at the Zatopek 10 in 2012.
Spencer, 30 metres back in 3rd. And Trengove coming down the home straight in 4th position. Coming through with 7 laps to go. Sinead Diver in the home straight is in 5th position. The red and white hoops coming down towards the line now. It's a dominant performance. And it looks like an American victory to Neely Spence into the home straight again. And still looking strong and assertive, dominating this race from the outset. Flying pink shoes carry it through with 6 laps to go.
24:39 at 6 laps remaining for Neely Spence. In 2012, it's a slightly different story. Neely Spence, the American, will move through 1,000 metres remaining very shortly on the back straight, and will get her time at the mark. It was 29:12 with 1,000 metres left to travel. It sets her up for a 32-20 performance. And we're just starting to see her wind through the top 5 now, has moved past Diver and will enter the same stretch as Jess Chengove, who has 2 laps remaining. It'll be Spence. She'll come down to collect 800 metres to travel. She's travelled 23 laps to this point in the journey. A clean pair of heels she's thrown the field, and it's Nearly Spence. 800 metres from glory at the Zatopek 10 in 2012. So emphatic and impressive so far. Just 700 metres remain for Spence between her and the finish line.
And she's lapped all but 3 competitors. Tamsin, Spencer and Tringo lying 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And Lara Tamsin coming down towards the finish line with 2 laps of 25 to go. Spencer, the sense just raising an effort in 3rd position. And she's got a minor sniff of taking on Tamsin inside the last 800 metres for those 2. Just a bit over a lap to run now though for Nearly Spence, who has come down to Melbourne, down under, and taken the women's Zatopek 10 by the scruff of the neck, and she's going to take home the prize. She has just over a lap to go as she comes down to the finish line for the 2nd last time, and the bell makes sweet music.
So it's the American Nearly Spence, 400 metres to travel in the Zatopek for 2012. We see Lara Tamsin into the 2nd place, looking for her 2nd national title at the distance. Linda Spencer still not out of that equation yet, just off the back of Tamsin. But into the back straight, the opportunity for the back straight grandstand to get behind this impressive United States athlete. 250 metres from home, she continues to work her way through the field. The 5-time All-American, 4-time NCAA national champion, the United States representative at the Chuba Ekinen Relays, the United States representative at the World Cross Country on debut, I might add, at the Zatopek 10, over 10,000 metres on the track. And she'll enter the home stretch for the last time to a rousing ovation from the Melbourne crowd. So impressive, Nearly Spence. So dominant from the outset, so emphatic in her stride. She'll make her way down to the finish line. Jess Trengove in her sights, and she'll power to the line to take out the 2012 Zatopek 10 title at Lakeside Stadium. 32-16-52, becomes the first American to take the title, only the 5th international runner in the event's history to take the title back abroad. Nearly Spence is your champion, and it's Lara Tamsin now, Tim, that will make her way in to claim her 2nd 10,000 metre national title. She's at the top of the straight, and it's her time to add another silver to the collection.
Yes, it's been a battle with the leaders so far out in front, and victory obviously a very distant prospect, but she's run on strongly. She's held Spencer at bay. She's won the event before. She's finished 2nd, she's finished 3rd, and she comes down for another silver medal performance. Lara Tamsin 2nd, and Linda Spencer a very brave 3rd for Western Australia. So it's Spence, Tamsin and Spencer in that order. Tringo will be 4th, having been picked off by Spence just as she reached the finish line for the last time. So dominant was the Americans' performance. But now Jess Trengove comes down to the finish line and takes 4th place.
And to round out the top 5 after we've just seen Trengove 4th overall, but the bronze medal in the National Championship. The Victorian from South Melbourne, it's her local track, ladies and gentlemen. 5th place, 4th in the national title. Sinead Diver adds to a gold medal that she took at the Australian Half Marathon title with a top 5 finish in her track 10,000 metres debut. She embraces the winner in Nearly Spence. But it's been Nearly's night here at Lakeside Stadium. The American, so impressive, 32-16, just missed the B standard for the World Championship. That's the American. She'll be victorious in 2012.
That's about the time.